AAMPA family, and welcome to the second season of Setting Our Own Table. Last year we were just introducing everyone to the mission, really trying to find out what artists wanted from AAMPA. This season we are going to focus on the artist. We got a lot of comments, a lot of people who wrote in and called me on the phone and said, I want to be on Setting Our Own Table, but when I do, I want to set my own table, and I respect that. And so that's what we're going to do this season. We are going to focus on the artist, and we are going to start in Chicago, of course. And if we start in Chicago, I'm sorry, y'all, don't be mad at me, but I'm from the South Side, so I got to start from the South Side. So we are featuring South Side artists, and I would like to introduce you to the one and the only fabulous, incredible, multi-talented Mr. Jon Pierce.
Hey, love.
Hey, love.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
This
So
is an
listen,
honor.
you already know we getting ready to get into it.
I'm excited.
So let's get it.
Let's go.
We've been talking on the phone.
Yes.
Everybody has been affected by COVID. We've been talking about that, and you and I were getting into some really good conversations,
Yeah.
and that's part of the reason you're here. The other reason you're here is that I cannot think of anybody more multi-talented and positive and a great example of what I consider artistry to be.
Thank
You
you.
are that. So
Thank you,
congratulations.
Thank you.
And I want to know how you feel about, where are we in terms of Black performance today? Where do you think we are? Are we better? Are we worse? Where are we at?
Ooh, that's a big question, but I think that we are in a good place. As far as artistry is concerned, I think that we always will be great because of who we are, because of our DNA, because of our lineage, because of our families, because of our struggles. Art will always come from us all the time. So in terms of just actual art, yes. In terms of presenting art, that's where the story changes a little bit because, the world, the way it stands, does a lot for to publicize things more than the beauty of the actual artist and performer. So that's where I get scared with where we want to call Black art goes, because the world just wants to use people now more as influencers to me than artists.
Exactly.
And to let people just explore what that could possibly be.
Right.
And I think I'm grateful for all artists, and I want to take away anybody's platform and what they're able to do, because that's not what I'm trying to do at all. What I'm saying is that I wish that there was no limit. If it, whatever corporation or company that sees a great artist and puts money in their hand or pockets, they would just let them be the artist that they want to be, to the extreme. I could think of a few people who have went above and beyond and done that, but a lot of the youth today, they're limited because they're not looking to expand art. They're looking to become famous.
Amen.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between being an artist and being popular. Or there's a difference between being an artist and being a great artist, right?
Difference, yeah.
Because if you think about what art is, I think that's the reason why it's opened up so broadly.
Yeah.
Because everything, we're broadening the lens due to social media. We're broadening the lens based on, everybody has an iPhone.
Yeah.
Anybody can go and create something,
Yeah.
and then if it becomes popular or whatever, then it becomes art. I think, so here's the thing. So do you think because I think we're going into, I think I'm comfortable saying, I feel like we're going into a digital age.
Absolutely.
Where everything has to be digital. So if that's the case and we are doing that, if somebody said, okay, Jon, you see this problem, how do we fix it? What would you say in terms of keeping in mind that we are moving into a digital age, but then we want to keep the respect of what it is to be an artist? So what are some solutions you think we could do? Some things that we could do better?
I think that's another big one.
That's what I'm here for. You
I
know
like
me.
it.
I ain't playing. I'm going for the
Come
good
on.
stuff.
Challenge me. Yes, let's do it. I think on a couple of levels that we just have to let artists be artists, and whatever comes from them, take it, or feel something, or evaluate, or whatever you need to do in that way. So some artists, they might not ever be in digital because it is not moving their spirit to go there. So whatever we have to do. So some of it is just like, just let it be. Everything may not go digital. Everyone's art may not go digital.
Well, I mean, one of the things that I say all the time, like, I don't know if you've heard it, but I've been hearing people say, live performance is on its way out. You know, we're getting ready to go. You know, everybody's talking about streaming, and everybody wants to. So my answer has always been, well, no, I don't think so. And I know my reasons why I don't think it will, but why do you think it won't?
Because there's nothing like feeling this energy that's happening right now.
Exactly.
The bumps that's happening,
The bumps,
the
baby,
energy.
the bumps.
There's nothing that will change that. When you go see your favorite artist in concert, when you go see your favorite DJ play, when you go see your favorite actor act, say a monologue in front of you, it's no feeling that you can feel that happens. The synergy and energy that moves and rotates in that room. There's nothing can happen like that. It's such a healing. I tell people, like, when I get on stage to do a show, there's something that happens to the both of us. We're both prepared to do something. I'm prepared to give. The audience is prepared to receive. And in that room, there's a synergy and a thing that happens. The energy starts circulating. We give and take to each other. So it starts to recycle energy. That's why people leave out of there rejuvenated, because we're both doing what we came to do. Receive and give. Receive and give. Receive and give. So there, to me, yes, there will be a lot of digital platforms. There will be a lot of things. But that, to me, has a lot to do with money, with people selling things. They're using the artist, or using whatever influencer of today, or whatever it is of today, for products.
Yeah.
Art, you need that synergy. You need that moment. You need that feeling. You need to walk through a building and see history. You need to feel that. You need to touch that. That's what's important about going to a museum.
Exactly.
And that's what's important about going to an art exhibit or concert, because you can tangibly touch and feel what is real.
I'm so glad you said that too, because one of the things we talked about with AAMPA is that it's a living museum. And people said, well, what do you mean by that? And what I mean is that it has to be an experience.
Yes.
If we're going to, our mission is to memorialize and present and Black performance arts through the lens of the artist. First of all, it's never been done. But what's more important about that is, oh my gosh, to have a place to incorporate or create that you're talking about. That's what we want to do. We want to create a place where it's not something that you just see. It's something that you feel. It's an experience, something that you walk away from. And so with our mission being that, I mean, how do you feel about that mission right now? Is that something that you feel like, do you think that's something we need right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely is needed. We need to feel it. We need to see it. We need to see the future, and we need to know the past. Just like we've seen with the kids today, like everything I've been saying before and what we talked about before. Yes, we love the digital age. We love all of this stuff. We love everything that's happening. I don't want to take away anyone's way of getting there. But it is nothing like being able to find out where you come from. That's why when we go to see an Aretha movie, or we go see a Ray Charles movie, you want to know the history. What brought them there? What made them make the decision to sing like that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What made August Wilson write like that?
Right.
What made TaRon get on camera and tear it up like that? What we don't know what the behind story is sometimes, and sometimes that kind of tells that kind of holding on to the history holds the story, not for us to linger in their hurt and pain.
Right.
Because sometimes, here we go again, media and TV and corporations, feed off of that to sell things.
Right.
But it's to see that someone used everything they went through to create beauty out of the ashes. Something miraculous came out of that.
Right.
A moment came out of that, and to preserve that and to push that forward is very important. That's why I love the idea of it being a living museum, because that means that it's a continuation.
Right.
It never stops. It's always there. It's eternal.
I know that's right. And listen, and for me, I think one of the things, because I went to, a big institution. I got all my what we used to say back in my day, my alphabet soup.
Come on.
I got all of that behind my name, and then I got out here and I realized that I knew more about uh, everybody else's culture and success than I knew about my own.
Mm.
I didn't even know who August Wilson was.
Mm.
Now, how do I have a master's degree and I don't know who August Wilson is? And so, as I've gone through and spent the years that I have in this industry, I've found that a lot of the young people, the powerful ones, they get snatched up, really quickly when they're just getting out the gate, and most of them don't have or don't understand the shoulders in which they stand on. August Wilson did a monologue called "The Shoulders on Which We Stand," and it affected me as a young artist, because what I realized was I had a responsibility to make sure that not only did I know whose shoulders I stood on, but then who's going to stand on my shoulders. And so we have to create that story, because then, one, the people in the future, the generations behind us, don't think like they're reinventing the wheel. They realize that this is something that's their legacy, and they realize this is something that they have a right to. You know what I mean? That, like, this isn't new. There were other people who did it. So I would ask you, whose shoulders are you standing on? Who's been some of the people that have influenced you the most?
Ooh, so many. On, I will say this, and not to just toot our own horn here in Chicago, but I have to start in my city, because that's what made me. My city made me. And so Chicago has such an amazing, diverse group of talented people in every aspect of arts. Just every aspect of arts. So I want to first give a shout out to just the artists in Chicago. All of them.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. Because I get to go and see amazing, what people don't, and I believe it's like that in every city. Every city has their artists that the world may not know, but that city knows, and you get to go to a show, get to go to a concert or exhibit, and experience art at its groundbreaking level, at their groundbreaking level, when they're ready to come into the world and show us. And so I've experienced some of the most inspirational things from my city, from ETA, Creative Arts Foundation, from Congo Square, being born into the world through Congo Square Theater, being born into the world through Black Ensemble Theater here in Chicago. Just all of the venues back in the day, Slicks and all of those things, all those open mics back in the day, all those open mics today that just open up people's gifts. Funky Buddha Lounge. Oh my God. Like all of these spaces. I'm just getting goosebumps.
I know, right? We could go on and on.
Because it's so powerful just to be able to see artists in their raw, before anything else, in their raw. And it was just beautiful. And so I give that to them. Then on an upper level, I definitely started in church. And so many gospel artists that influenced my ear as far as, music is concerned. And then, national artists. And I don't want to call out individual names because it's so many. And I'm grateful that I'm influenced by so many.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So I think Mother Nature is not being our friend right now, but I'm not gonna be moved. I'm gonna get this last question out. Listen, you have a lot of things that you have done. You are a house star. You have been on stage. You have a book out. So tell us a little bit about the book real quick. Tell us a little bit about the book. What's the name of it?
Say It Until You Mean It. It's a book of thoughts and affirmations. It's just I don't want to call it a guide. I'm trying to say it as fast as I can. But I was on tour and I did a cleansing and a fast. And during this day, I woke up every morning. I listened to some kind of inspirational music or whatever music was on, and read a passage, looked at something, and whatever I got from that, I wrote things from it. I just wrote down books and books and books of it while I was on tour. And I came home and I was reading. I was like, this may be something. I shared it with a friend, and it was like, you should make this a book. This is a book. And so it's just a collection of my thoughts and some affirmation that because I wanted to push myself to another level. And so I thought I would share it. And as I read it today, as I share it, I'm amazed what the universe and God and spirit can do, whatever you believe in can do.
Right.
And it's just a place where I say in the forward of the book, I'm not trying to tell you how to do it. I hope that this is a inspiration for you to push forward and write your own. Just look at these for now, and then as you get inspired, write your own so that you can affirm yourself the way you see fit.
Now, do you have anything coming up? Because, I'm ready to dance. So,
Yes.
your music gets me going. We ain't going to talk about that and how I be on the dance floor tearing it up to your house music. So, what's happening? You got something coming? We got. Can I dance and get my tambourine out?
Absolutely. Please bring your tambourine, your congas. Yeah. So, as the world is opening up in this post pandemic, I guess we can call it, because we're kind of still there, but on our way out, prayerfully.
Right.
The Point Chicago, a couple of venues here, they're opening up, and they invited me to come and do a show this October. So I'll be in there, and I'm a wonderful artist from Atlanta. Miranda Nicole is coming in. One of the legends of house dance music here, DJ Celeste Alexander, is coming to spin us up. Okay. So it's going to be a magical night. It's called the Higher Vibe Day Party. So if you're in Chicago, if you're here and you want to dance, it's a day party. So you can be done partying by 10 o'clock. Come on. I love a day party.
A day party. Ain't nothing like a day party.
Yes. And then as it progresses, be in different cities. And then I'm doing a partnership with Mercury Theater for a thing called House Highly Orchestrated.
You're gonna have to tell me about that.
Yes. House Highly Orchestrated.
Okay.
So we're gonna bring in so much more music and guests and all kind of stuff, and we're gonna take it to Mercury Theater, and we're gonna tear that room up and just bring out all the sounds orchestrated.
You know what? I'm sitting here looking at you right now, and I just have to say. So I remember when I first met you.
Come on.
And you came in, and I was like, "Oh, he cute." I was like, "Oh, but he's so cocky, though. Oh, he's just so." Oh, because you just had an opinion, and you was like, "No, that's not how we do it. We do it." And I was like, "Okay, well, he coming in here with all this vibrato." He coming in with all this vibrato.
I'm going to use that from now on. You got all that vibrato.
But I've watched you. I mean, you've done. I've watched you go from stage. Then we started with the house thing, and everything that you commit to. Number one, you commit to. And I think that is something that the young artists today, vibrato and talent is one thing, but there's commitment and there's follow through, and you have that.
Thank you.
And I believe that is why you are succeeding in what it is that you do. And I'm gonna work with you. You already know. I'm gonna work with you.
You do.
I be calling you to find out what we go. We gonna do some things. I got some ideas.
Come on, I'm ready.
So we're gonna do something. So thank you. I love you for being here.
I'm so grateful to be here. This is an honor, and I'm glad to be in the number of people who will be able to sit in this seat and talk with you, and has talked with you, and because I think this mission and I think what's happening with AAMPA is amazing, and I'm so glad to be a part of it in the groundbreakingness of it. I told you Chicago ground breaks.
I love that.
It breaks
the
ground.
Listen, that's the way we're gonna end this. So we groundbreaking, y'all.
Yes, you are.
That's what we do in Chicago. Yes. I want to thank you all for joining us, for committing to us, and for staying with us. This is the infamous Jon Pierce. Ooh. My name is TaRon Patton, your hostess for the mostest, for setting our own table. Everybody, if you're an artist, let's get it.
Let's get it.